All right, guys. Here we go. There's this piece of crap named Damon. I know they have many different names because every time they get caught being a predator of teenagers and little kids, he goes and changes his name. But for argument's sake, we're just going to call him Damon for the rest of the video because that's his real official name. Start off his story, right? In 2015, Damon looked up his favorite YouTubers and would create wikis and Discord servers on their behalf. Sometimes, but not all the time, unauthorized, masquerading them as the official servers and communities of those channels. For example, he made the Drunken Peasants wiki on their behalf without their consent. Eventually, some of the wikis and discords built around these YouTube channels gained so much popularity they became the official channel. But unknowingly, on the surface, the real reason Damon was creating these servers was not only to cherish his favorite YouTubers' personalities, but to also entrap and victimize young fans of these said communities that he has created. Want to hear how nuts this gets? He has created the Discord server for Mundane Matt, Vadim Newquest, Review Tech USA, and Dusty Smith. And these were just the ones I could find. Do you understand what I'm telling you? He is like the Discord mod and the leader of these communities, and he has access to children. This is insane. He has a history of manipulating and getting CP from these kids that he runs into. And what's crazier is that he told me to this very day he has a relationship with multiple people at once, meaning that some of these are probably minors because that's his whole history. His whole history is preying on children. So, like I said, he has changed his name every time he's been caught preying on children and started a new YouTube channel because of that. Uh, every time, and he's done this like 5 times. So yeah, is it going to happen again? Probably. He's probably preying on children right now as we speak. So it's insane, and that's what this video is about: exposing this predator. But he's got people in his podcast that will defend him to his death, and they have nothing to defend him with. You'll see that in this video. When we came into this debate, we had like 50 pictures of evidence, and they try to debunk it all with just baseless accusations and hearsay. They haven't debunked shit, but they keep saying it's all debunked, it's all debunked. To this very day, they say that when they haven't debunked shit. They haven't debunked a goddamn thing we've said. It's insane. But that's how it is with these people. They don't have a leg to stand on. And not just that, we do, though. We have the victim in our Discord server, and you will hear from her by the end of this video.
Is I'm going to bring G-Man in. I don't know who this person is. I know they're a Dapperton simp, but so what is the actual claim?
Well, I guess I'll just go from the start here. Anna that's what this person goes by.
Let's go with Anna for argument's sake.
Yeah, this person changes her name, whatever, quite a lot.
No,
but
for discussion's sake, let's just go with Anna.
Okay. Well, I knew this person back in the wiki days. This person used to edit for the Drunken Peasants wiki. And what happened was there was a person named Kivil who was, at the time, was not clear about her age, but considering that she announced that she was 18 in 2020, and this was 2015, late 2015, that she was doing this. She announced that she was 18 in 2020, so she would have been 13 at the time. So she gets kicked for being very immature. Then in the Drunken Peasants Discord, Anna kind of moves his way up the ladder and becomes the Drunken Peasants sort of king of the fan community. And so strangely enough, Kivil gets added back in 2016. Now keep in mind that she claimed back then that she was either 14, 15, or 16. Then what happens is that the moderators got track of specific behaviors. For example, e-dating 3 different people and misleading them into thinking that they were the only person that they were e-dating, or one of 2 people, and then having it be revealed that they were actually eating this other person on the side. So it turns out that, for example, like Harley Quinn. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm just distracted with this. But yeah, Harley Quinn was a person that he was e-dating. Di was another person that he was e-dating, and then
do you know why you're distracted?
No, I was just looking at the comments. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're, I was just gonna say you're distracted because you're actually reading this for the first time. You actually need.
I'm not reading this for the first time. Why are you accusing me of that?
So he claims that he's reading it for the first time and that he's a Dapperton simp, and he got all this information from me. But the funny part is, I wasn't there back then. I don't know this stuff. The only reason he knows this stuff because he was actually there and was a witness. So if he was a Dapperton simp and he was just reading off my script, how would he know information that I wasn't there for? Like, it doesn't make any sense. This guy was obviously there. He obviously has personal attachment to this. And personal attachment that I don't have. That's why he's in the interview and I'm not.
Because I can clearly tell. Dude, I was... Because I was military police and I've been in public affairs for like...
Okay.
Man, G-Man needs to grow up. He needs to understand that he's talking to a fucking Jedi here. A super soldier. A man with Jedi mind-reading abilities. And he just needs to fess up that he's wrong. Because you know what? This military soldier had a thought. And because he had a thought and he's in the military, it means it's correct, brother. So you need to just shut up and admit that you're wrong, idiot, stupid, dumbass.
Years. Oh, it's bullshit? What's bullshit about it?
I don't believe your mind reading things because I am experienced.
It's not mind reading. I'm just simple observation.
Just the way that I talk. That is the way that I talk, and you can.
No, it's because you're reading it for the first time and you're nervous.
I'm not reading this for the first time. I'm just trying to. I'm stumbling over that because I'm trying to be as articulate as I possibly can. Now,
you're not being articulate.
Okay, well, that doesn't really matter. We can.
It actually does matter because you just said it does matter.
Well, I guess it matters to me personally, but that doesn't really matter in the argument. And that's...
Okay, so if it matters to you personally,
okay,
it doesn't matter to the conversation. Then what is the point of you being articulate?
Can we go?
Do you see how easy it is to call you?
No, I'm saying.
As you can tell, this man is just trying to stop G-Man from speaking because he has nothing on him. He has absolutely nothing. He doesn't even want him to explain his story and what happened because he has nothing on him. He just plays a semantics game this whole fucking podcast. He just dances around shit. Instead of answering things directly. He doesn't answer anything directly. He just dances around shit and plays these stupid mind games. It's fucking pathetic.
Can we go to the meat and potatoes of this? Because you're not really addressing any of the things that I'm saying.
Oh no, I'm addressing the fact that you're acting as a proxy.
Yeah, but you're not I don't care about Mr. Dapperton as a proxy. I want to engage with what is the subject matter that is being discussed, which is the actual events that took place.
Which you know nothing about, clearly.
I do know about it because I do know about it, and you can say that I'm reading this for the first time, but it's not true.
So then why does it feel like you're reading it for the first time
and you I'm reading it for the first time? Because I'm trying to be articulate about the events of the situation, and I'm trying to recap them. It's not that I'm reading it for the first time.
So you were there.
Okay, we're just going. Yeah, I was there.
You were there. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
At what point?
At what point? 2016.
At 2016? Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Well, what was I getting at? Yes. So we have screenshots of Animancer. I'm sorry, Underhaven, specifically saying that sexual things, specifically saying that we're in a romantic relationship, specific sexual things. And it was found out that, yes, nudes were exchanged. And he was confronted about it. And he basically was asked what his name was back in the day. Are these allegations true? Is there some truth to them? And he said yes.
Are you reading a script?
I'm not reading a script. This is just the way that I speak. I'm sorry if it upsets you or if you're trying to read into it, but just
Look here, dude. I want you to understand something about me.
He does this shit all the time. This is like the 5th time I've seen him do this personally. He always does this. He's like, I'm a grown ass man. I own my own house. I'm in the military. I'm a real dude, okay? Stop treating me like a child. Well then stop fucking acting like one, you goddamn douchebag.
I'm a grown ass man.
Yep.
I'm a combat veteran.
Yep.
Ain't a goddamn thing gonna upset me.
Okay. Well.
So here's the thing. When
All
I
right.
call you out on something, you should admit to being wrong.
I'm in the military, so that means I'm always right and you're always wrong. So I say you're wrong, you automatically gotta admit defeat. That's how this guy fucking operates in his head, dude. He thinks he's automatically wins just because he's in the military. I'm better than all of you. That's this dude's mentality for reals. It's fucking insane.
Well,
And you are
you want me to admit something that
I want you
accusing
to
me that I
admit
don't
when you're
believe?
wrong. So
Okay,
you're
what am I supposed
essentially
to admit?
reading a script.
I'm not.
You are
I am
you
not
are a-
reading a script.
you are a proxy of
I'm not
Dapperton because Dapperton is a pussy and a piece of shit.
All right, so here's my evidence that you're a proxy of Mr. Dapperton. Dapperton's a big meaty.
So
I do
if
not.
you want to be a proxy of Dapperton and you don't want me to call you out on it, you need to do a better job.
All right, well, I guess I'll admit that I'm a proxy of Dapperton. Is that enough for you? And I'm not defending. I am not speaking. Let's just say I am not reading from whatever Mr. Dapperton is writing. I'm not looking at what Mr. Dapperton is saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you are assuming that I'm reading off a script, which I don't understand what you're trying to get at here.
I don't have to
This is
assume
not. This
shit.
conversation isn't really. Well, you are assuming something. You're assuming that I'm reading off a script.
Yeah, you're pretty much reading off a script too.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. Bro.
Would you? Okay, yeah, it's just like your opinion, man. Would you like to talk to somebody that actually will put you in your place a lot better than I can?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Mango,
There you
how's it
go.
going?
Hey, hi, how you doing?
Good.
Good. What was Anna's name?
Fancy Badger.
Okay. Point one for you. What year did those screenshots come from?
2017.
Okay. And you do know what Anna's age is, correct?
25.
Now.
Actually, he's 26 right now. He just turned 26. And not just that, then he was 19 at the time when he was dating her when she was 14. But he started dating her when she was 13. And we know this because she's in our chat. How are you going to debunk us with zero evidence on your side when we have like 50 pictures of evidence on our side plus the victim on our side? Are you kidding me?
How
Yes.
old was Anna when
19.
those screenshots came out? Okay. So you do understand that Anna went through an actual police investigation, right?
Yes.
So when G-Man heard Mango say this, he thought she was talking about when Damon basically threatened to commit suicide. Here's the proof of that. There's like 7 images proving this. Here they are, but just pause and read them. But they all say that he was going to commit suicide. And Harley Quinn, one of the people he was dating at that time, called the cops on him. And he ended up having the police come over to his house and basically committing him for a couple days because he was going to commit suicide. So that's what G-Man thought Mango was talking about in that moment. But she wasn't. She was actually talking about something completely, entirely different. She was talking about this. Somehow, I guess, their story is that Damon was investigated for his relationship with Kivel. But here's the thing. Kivel never went out and basically reported him. So there was no victim, so they wouldn't have investigated this. This is a bullshit lie that they made up. he was never investigated. And the reason why they make up the lie that he was investigated is because in their little story, the whole case was closed. The whole case was closed. So he's innocent. He's innocent. It doesn't matter morally if what he did was wrong. Nope. It just matters that legally what he did was wrong, and he didn't get in trouble for it. That's all that matters. And they're saying it was closed because of Romeo and Juliet laws that exist in both their states. And there are no Romeo and Juliet laws in their states. That's another made-up lie. GMAT asked for proof in this stream for those Romeo and Juliet laws, and they can't bring it up. They don't bring it up. They don't show the proof because it doesn't exist. And these people, we've done extensive research into this after this podcast aired. And it's not true. Everything they're saying in this podcast is false.
And you do understand that it was proven that Kivel, at the time that Anna and Kivel had been talking, Anna was under the age of 18. Kivel was under the age of 18. Yeah, you said the screenshots were from 2019 and they were 18, correct? Again, the screenshots in question came from 2017, correct?
How old is Animancer? I mean, Anna, sorry.
Right now, in 2024, Anna is 25.
Wrong. Anna, or, Damon, is 26. Which would make that motherfucker 19 then. 19. Not 18. Not 17. Like she's trying to claim it's 17. Her math makes no fucking sense, by the way. She doesn't know basic math. That shouldn't surprise you, but Jesus Christ. But it goes without saying, Romeo and Juliet laws, if they existed, which they don't, if they existed, they wouldn't apply to him because he was an adult the whole fucking time.
However, comma, space. In 2017, at the time that the screenshot came out, Anna was under the age.
6 years ago. So what is... Okay, Leno,
how about you don't talk over her and let her put you in your
place?
place?
I'm sorry. 7 years ago. Let's do it. 7 years ago. Subtract that by 25.
Anna didn't turn 18 until April of that year. Anna was still 17 when most of the messages still start. Do you know why Anna was let
June
go?
when those messages were sent.
Oh, no, they started before that, just saying. Anna first started talking to Kivel when Anna was still 17. And the reason that it was all let go, is because the Romeo and Juliet laws for the state that Kivel was in, because I know Kivel personally.
We got Kivel in the chat right here, and she admits that she doesn't know Mango. She doesn't know this bitch that claims to know her. So this is fucking insanity. Like, what are these people? These people are like deserve to be in prison along with Damon.
Oldest Kivel.
And what they did was within the confines of Kivel now is 22, 23.
This is like take whatever of me doing this because it actually has me quite mad. My name is Kivel. My name is Bray. You would know that if you actually knew me, Mango, and you would also actually know that my birthday is July 17th, 2002, which makes me 21 years old. Sure, you can argue and say that I'm almost 22, but I'm definitely not 23. Let's start with just that basic fact. So in 2016, March of 2016, I would have been 13. That's when I first made contact with the Drunken Peasants Wiki Twitter. You would know that if you actually knew me, but you don't. And you want to talk about the D&D campaign? Well, that D&D campaign happened in 2019. I was still a minor. I didn't turn fucking 18 until July 17th of 2020. Do you want to know how I know that the D&D campaign happened in 2019? because I commissioned art for Damon's orc character, and I still have it in my camera roll, and I still have contact with the artist that made me that art, and can confirm that I commissioned it in 2019, long before I was even 18 years old. Let's just start with that basic fact, too. I wasn't 18 until 2020. I was born April 13th, 1998. With me being born on July 17th of 2002, that would make him 4 years and a quarter older than me. Like, four and a quarter year older than me, my bad. And that being said, Romeo and Juliet laws don't typically go over 4 years of age. And considering the fact that he was almost, like, literally a month shy of being 18 when I was 13 and a half, those Romeo and Juliet laws wouldn't even cover him. Also, not to mention the fact that Romeo and Juliet laws don't exist in South Carolina, and there's definitely not Romeo and Juliet laws for child porn being exchanged over the internet. That is a federal issue. It crosses state lines. And if you actually knew the law, you would know that. But you don't know me, you don't know the law, and you sure as hell don't know the history. Sure, I played a D&D campaign with you fucking 5 years ago, but that doesn't mean you know me personally. You're a pathetic scumfuck. This is why you're a single mom. This is why your kids are gonna grow up and be way better than you are. Because they're not gonna be scumfuck liars.
Okay, but that doesn't necessarily matter. There's a significant age gap, and there was
a 3-year age gap between them.
It was
3 and a
4
half.
years, actually.
It was 3 and a half.
So she was 14.
13 and a half, 14. He was 16 going on 17, turned 17.
Okay, so she was 14 and a half when he was allegedly 18, which I don't think he was, because I knew he was
17 when they started talking.
These people are so fucking ridiculous. That is not true at all. Not even close to the truth.
Because, high schoolers, they don't fuck.
Okay, well, first of all,
you also know that
what
I
was
played
the year that he was?
Dungeons
Do you
and
know the year that he
Dragons
was
with
born?
both of them, right?
Do you know the year he was born?
Yes, 1998.
Okay, and what is 1998 to 2017? What is April of 1998 to April of 2017?
You said June, but you clearly don't know your shit because you weren't fucking there.
I was fucking there.
No, you obviously fucking
No. Address that. What would be his age if it was in late 2017?
What was
and he was born in April of 1998? How old was he?
19.
Okay, but you just said he was 18 or 17.
Busted, bitch!
Because they started talking before that, and you clearly don't fucking know her age. It doesn't matter if he started
talking before that. And by the way, if you still...
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does, because he got investigated by the fucking police before 2020. Like, what the fuck are you on about?
Yeah, but you should put in that FOIA request.
There wouldn't have been an investigation because, again, Kibble never reported him. So there wouldn't have been an investigation. That would be impossible. So they're making that shit up. They're completely making that up. There was no investigation that was closed in his favor. It was never closed because it was never open, motherfucker. What he did was illegal. He just was never reported. And what he did was morally wrong, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, you should. I already have. You do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know he was.
Do you know what a FOIA request is?
I knew the Freedom of Information.
Because I can tell you for a matter of a fact that because of the Romeo-Juliet laws that match up between the state of South Carolina and the state that fucking Anna is in, everything was in the confines of the law. They were seeing each other. They were sending shit back and forth. It was dumb teenagers being dumb fucking teenagers.
There is no laws that say receiving or sending CP is legal. That's just not true. There's no state laws that say that. In fact, it is illegal federally to do that. So what they're saying, again, is false. False, false, false.
Submit the FOIA request. Look through the actual legal documents. Look through everything that has to be said. Actually process it in in a manner that, you know, makes sense to the normal human being and not under the Dapperton umbrella, because I know that's where you come from. But I don't give a shit. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
So do all of those things and actually come back to us with a real argument, because everything I said from the beginning is true. You were on a script. All you wanted to do was talk and, you know, read through this a line of bullshit and then give us nothing but a derailment.
Okay, but you've admitted that, again, Kibble was 14 or 15. He was 19.
Dude, just shut the fuck up about it.
And he was 19, and you have not answered anything about the morality of the question. You have given
so it's about morality.
Legal questions. Well, you know, don't come to me about like how I'm a piece of shit with like, oh, I'm objectively just a liar.
But you are.
Morality is there's some.
So it's about morality. The whole entire thing was about morality.
There has not really been any verification of this investigation. There has not really been any verification.
Yeah, but you didn't do any investigation.
No. You
didn't do any investigation. Morality is subjective. Morality is subjective, and we can go on from there.
There's nothing that's really going to convince you anyway. I mean, this guy could literally just like rape a baby, and morality is subjective.
Excuse me? What the fuck did you just say?
I said if there was like, you know, if somebody like went around it, like obviously you have some moral like qualms against Epstein's Island, I'd assume.
My moral qualms about Epstein's Island are the fact that I'm glad that motherfucker's dead, and I wish there were something that we could hold tangible to hold him accountable. You sick fuck. Get the fuck out of here.
Does he not get the correlation between Epstein Island and what Damon did? Like, does he not get that correlation? Because it's obvious as fuck. They both dated underage people when they were old. So, yeah, I mean, if you have a problem with one, you should have a problem with the other. But Security Monitor Lizard, the fucking retarded guy talking, doesn't even understand the argument that's being made in front of his very nose. But he's acting outraged, which only proves fucking G-Man's point. Like, it's like, if you have moral outrage at Epstein Island, you should have moral outrage to what Damon did. Jesus Christ, it's not hard. It's not rocket science, buddy. Jesus Christ.
What do you have to say to that?
Okay, but you say that morality is subjective and it doesn't really matter if a 14-year-old dates a 19-year-old. That to you is okay or acceptable.
Oh, here we go. So we're back around to the beginning.
No, I'm saying what moral grounds do you have to like be against Epstein? I'm just curious.
Oh, so I'm immoral, right?
No, I'm not asking. I'm not saying that you're immoral. I'm just saying that you can't.
Then what's the problem?
What? No, I'm saying that you have gone into the defense that morality is subjective, and then yet you, as just like a means of dispelling any sort of moral qualms I have against this, and then you go around and say, well,
against what?
Epstein. So,
and then you bring up Epstein?
Again, a 14-year-old dating a 9-year-old and exchanging nudes.
So that was completely debunked.
It wasn't debunked. You admitted that there was
no 14-year-old dating a 9-year-old.
19. Excuse me.
You said 9.
I said 19.
You said 9.
That doesn't matter. I'm saying 19-year-old, 14-year-old does not bother you. morally speaking, or either no, you don't care, or you just hand
So
wave it and say
basically, your entire premise is the fact that you have a moral obligation to fight against teenagers like fucking each other.
I don't really consider 19 to be a teenager.
Are you a fucking idiot?
That's
19.
legal adult.
19 is still a
Teen.
teenager.
Okay, yeah, there's teen in the
Teen.
name, but you're technically an adult.
Oh,
No,
you're
you're
so
not.
goddamn dumb.
No,
Yes, you are.
look here.
Yeah,
listen.
legally speaking, you're an adult.
You're-
Everybody consider. Okay, so
No,
Dude,
no.
I joined the
no.
army when I was 18 years old.
yeah, because you were considered legally an adult.
Yeah, and I was
But he
still
couldn't
a
drink.
teenager.
Okay, but
They gave me a fucking rifle.
okay,
fucking
He
and,
idiot.
couldn't drink, but he could have a rifle.
all right. So if it was like, let's just say like 20, is that the cutoff point? Because that's technically not teen in the
No.
name.
No,
Okay, so if it was a 20-year-old
Well-
dating like a 15 or 14,
they took advantage of me.
Okay, but
Oh
is
my
if it
God,
was a
you-
20-year-old dating a 14-year-old, that would be acceptable.
No.
It wouldn't. So
And
that's
that's
just like a
not
year.
what
I guess it's just a
happened.
year off for your cutoff point.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Jesus.
I guess is that
fucking
the
Christ.
cutoff point there?
Cutoff point.
Is if
Where?
the person is like 20 and the person's like still like 15 or 14?
What?
Oh,
I am saying that if it was a 20-year-old dating a 15-year-old, would that be like okay? That's
Oh,
wrong.
so if I'm an 18-year-old and I graduate and then join the military as an adult, I can't date a freshman.
a
Yes or
freshman
no? Yes or no?
in high school?
Because a freshman is like 14 years old, right?
Probably not. No,
Well, why not?
because there's a significant difference.
Where's the
in
probably in
maturity.
there?
There's a significant difference in maturity between a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old and a.
Are you
14-year-old.
fucking sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I've seen a bunch of
There's
18-year-old
idiots, yeah, there's-
soldiers put microwavable meals in the microwave with plastic on the top. They're really not that mature. What's the difference?
What's the difference? I mean, there's a significant age gap of development. I mean, sure, you could say that they're immature for 19, but that still doesn't change the fact that there's a significant age difference, which causes an imbalance in hierarchy.
So 18-year-olds shouldn't be able to date 14-year-old freshmen. However, 18-year-olds should be able to be given a rifle in order to go kill the enemy.
I don't have a. I am not. Do you think I'm in favor of that? I don't really like for conscription. I mean, that's not really something that I.
Fuck you mean
have
about
anything
conscription? I enlisted. I walked
enlisted.
my ass up to the career
Anything.
center and walked in there, and I was just like, I want to join the army.
Okay, and I don't really get what the argument is about here.
It's the point that I could have been still dating a 14-year-old freshman at 18 years old while joining the army.
But if you were like, okay, so.
But that's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why is it wrong?
Oh my God.
I didn't look. Even if I hadn't graduated high school, I'm still 18 years old. I joined the army. I'm ready to go, and I'm still dating that 14-year-old freshman.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'll just let that speak for itself.
How are you letting that speak for it? What a pussy ass bitch.
Get on, motherfucker!